Hey guys, so in today's video, I'm going to be submitting some of my rarest and most valuable Yu-Gi-Oh cards for PSA grading. I just found out that my local GameStop actually takes PSA submissions. What PSA grading, or just card grading is basically you take your cards, they basically inspect the card's condition and the wear and tear and the surface and all that stuff, and they assign it a grade from 1 to 10. And they also send it back to you in a slab, a sort of glass container that presents it and has its grade, and it's really cool. Now, I've never actually gotten cards graded by PSA before. In fact, up until fairly recently, I didn't even really know exactly how the whole grading thing works. So I've got a bunch of rare cards that I'm about to show you guys that I want to submit for grading, and I also heard that if you do this at GameStop, it's actually cheaper than sending the cards into PSA yourself. Plus, I think this would be a really cool way to just see what the service is like for not just myself, but also for anybody at home who's sort of curious about it and maybe wants to find out. I'm mostly just doing it because I think it really does look cool and kind of memorializes the card, and also because I'll probably end up damaging these cards accidentally myself if I'm left to my own devices. Okay, so first, real quick, before I show you guys some of the cards that I'm going to be getting graded, these are two cards that I got graded from Beckett. So first of all, this is a Dark Dual Stories Blue Eyes White Dragon. It came in the original Dark Dual Stories Game Boy Color game. It got an 8.5, and you can actually see they even kind of go into detail on things like the cornering and the edges and the surface and things like that. And they show it on the tag. This Dark Magician, which got a 9.5. Okay, so here's the cards that I'm going to be submitting. There's just a variety of things here. Some of these cards have value in different ways, or just have, like, you know, meanings or experiences for me. So first of all, I've got the Lost Art Exodia cards. This is when they first started the Lost Art collection in, I want to say it was like 2017. I've got some signed cards from different voice actors. Blue Eyes Toon Dragon, that was signed by Darren Dunstan, voice of Pegasus. Megan Hollingsfield, who signed my Harpy Lady. She is the voice actress for My Valentine. There's a voice actor for Yusei Fudo, Greg Abbey, who signed my Stardust Dragon. And I've also got a Time Wizard, which is signed by Wayne Grayson, the voice of Joey. I also have a couple of interesting misprint cards that I got my hands on. This is Gaia the Dragon Champion. It's a secret rare card, but with the ultra rare foiling for the name, but also it's a reverse secret rare, so the pattern is going kind of down into the right as opposed to down into the left like it normally does. I've got Goblin Attack Force, which, as you might notice, has the incorrect attribute symbol for Earth. I've got two different Dark Magicians. This is the original Bandai Dark Magician that they re-released in Battle of Chaos set. You just kind of had to, like, randomly pull it. Remake of the original Bandai art for Dark Magician back when they had the license to Yu-Gi-Oh! And these are the card arts that are signed by Kazuki Takahashi himself. Not like physically signed, you know, it's just part of the image, but they're cool. They also don't have borders around the art. I've got this United We Stand card, which actually came from the Remote Duel like giveaway campaign. So back when COVID was happening, Konami did a whole thing on social media where, like, you submitted a post with, like, what are you doing to, you know, I guess stay safe and have fun during COVID? And they sent out maybe 300 of these or something kind of like that. Quarter Century Secret Rare Pot of Greed from the Pot collection. If you guys remember that, I think I opened it up on the channel, had all the different pot cards. I've also got the Blue Eyes White Dragon that comes in the Kaiba briefcase that I bought. I've also got this Exodia, the Forbidden One from Dark Dual Stories, so it's going to match its brethren. Well, actually it's not going to match because it's going to be PSA and they'll have been Beckett, and so I don't know what I'm going to do about that, but whatever. And then finally, I've got Elemental Hero Air Neos, which if you guys have been following social media, you probably can't have avoided the controversy surrounding this card. Oh yeah, and I almost forgot, I also have this Monster Reborn card. This is another one of the Lost Art ones that goes with the Exodias. It was part of the very first Lost Art collection. It's the original Ankh Monster Reborn. So yeah, these are the cards I'm going to be getting submitted, and I guess we'll head to GameStop now and see how it goes. Oh yeah, a lot of people don't know this, but apparently they make Yu-Gi-Oh! Officially licensed air fresheners. So I've got one here in my car. Just thought that was something people might be interested in. I have brought my Yu-Gi-Oh cards for grading, about 20 of them. Blue Eyes, I got Pot of Greed, just all kinds of stuff. This is my first time ever doing a PSA grade, okay. So I know next to nothing.
Yeah, so I mean, GameStop in general has been, like, looking a lot towards, like, getting invested in PSA, right? And PSA as a company kind of had an opportunity in the market to be like, hey, there's a lot of stuff being sold. Right.
For me, and I do feel like GameStop doing it makes it more accessible.
Exactly, it really reduces that barrier to entry, and that was actually part of why I was super excited about it when they made that announcement. I've been saying since like 2016 that that GameStop should be getting invested into grading of cards, Pokemon, things like that, right?
Yeah, just trading cards in general.
Exactly.
Like just GameStop card games. Sounds like
market.
it's big
it gives
overlap.
you guys a good service. It gives GameStop a little extra revenue, and then honestly, it gives PSA better workflow.
So what is the price like?
So it's $18.99 for standard trading cards, and then that comes with the $200 worth of insurance on it, right? Normally, if you send in a PSA yourself, you got to pay your own insurance depending on the value of the card. Then you have a $5 shipping cost. Our pro members get that for free.
When can I expect to get them back?
Yeah, so right now, originally our time frame was about 30 to 40 business days, right? It was about a month faster than sending a PSA yourself.
I feel like the turnaround times were like several months.
Yeah, especially
like,
during COVID. Yeah,
and
we were talking
everything.
like 6 months, 7 months. I know one of my friends does a lot of like the PSA buying and selling. He's got a whole business, right? But yeah, he waited almost 9 months for one of his cards to come back, and he was not too pleased about it.
I feel like, I guess for me, like luckily, I'm not even like really interested in like the prices of the cards or really even like the grading of it. I'm just like to see what the process is like.
No,
like
absolutely.
I want them to come back and like be able to do one of these. Like
Big
here's my
reveal.
slabs,
Yeah,
and I can
yep,
reveal whatever they
100%.
made.
We do host a Pokemon battle circuit out of the store,
Yeah,
right?
I saw that.
Like
That's really cool.
Pokemon local, right? And so every single Saturday we have anywhere from 10 to 20 of our Pokemon players in the area here, and so they buy
pull stuff,
play,
and
submit
they submit it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yep, creating that.
So I'm guessing
cycle,
Pokemon's like easily number one. What's like
Yes.
the second most?
Definitely Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yu-Gi-Oh?
Sports
Okay.
cards are a very, very close second, though.
So you're picking up cards that I guess you submitted already,
Yes.
and they just came in. What kind of
Yes.
cards were they?
You can take a look here.
Oh, if you don't mind,
Yeah.
no pressure.
So they're Pokemon.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool.
They're just.
I don't know too much about Pokemon itself, but I
Okay.
have heard about this Mew.
Okay.
I've heard that that's like a big deal.
What's the view?
Sorry.
This was the deal was.
Oh, he was asking about, yeah.
That is very nice.
Yeah.
I have that one.
They are. I try to submit higher value cards around $100 for a PSA 10 usually, because that's how it's worth it. Usually, if you submit lower grade cards, it's not really worth the price. But
Yeah, that's kind of,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. But just kind of cards that I personally like, or I like all the pretty ones.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Like, the Snorlax looks really good.
Yeah, thank you.
So, like, do you play Pokemon? Or you're kind of more of just like a.
I don't play Pokemon. I just collect.
Okay.
Yeah, I just collect my favorite characters, watch the show, just collect.
So, how long have you done like PSA grading and stuff? Is it like a new thing or?
I actually just started last year. Before GameStop did the service, I didn't submit any PSA collections. I only did it because GameStop did.
Same. Yeah, that's actually.
Yeah.
I knew about it and I was like, I feel like this is kind of expensive and tedious. But
Right.
then I heard they were doing it, so I was like, whatever. Like, I'll give it a
Yeah.
shot. Why not?
Yeah.
I'm doing Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but
Oh, okay, cool.
But yeah, thank you for sharing with me. Hopefully you got grades you're satisfied with.
Yeah.
I'll be
yeah.
back here in a couple months, I guess, to see mine.
Okay, good luck.
Question I had, I noticed Crossroads of Chaos boxes,
Yeah.
and Crimson Crisis boxes,
Yes.
and like these are like such old Yu-Gi-Oh sets. How did this?
Right.
Why are these in a GameStop? Like, what is going
Yeah,
on?
so I mean, as part of getting into the trading card space, GameStop's kind of been like, hey, we should really like invest more in the hobby stores, make these places more of event spaces, right?
Which I am
And so-
noticing, and that's
Yeah.
cool in my opinion. I think
Yep.
it's a good
And so I mean,
use
like
of
they
the-
just added like the purchasing and sale of manga, right? So you guys can sell those to us,
Oh,
right?
really?
And so GameStop's been pivoting, making good money moves, right, and doing the best thing they can to continue to sustain their business.
I've got 19 cards, I believe.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 17, almost 18.
I'm gonna miss these cards. Just for a few months.
Dude, they're beautiful. Like I said, I'm a huge Dark Magician guy, right? And so I see those two and I go, whew.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm gonna miss these cards. Just for a few months.
Dude, they're beautiful. Like I said, I'm a huge Dark Magician guy, right? And so I see those two and I go, whew. All right, and then again, it asked me how many cards we're submitting. We said 19, right?
Yeah, I believe it's 19, but I'll
Awesome.
double check
Appreciate it.
actually. Okay, so it's 360, right?
Yep. You know, and even though it's primarily our Pokemon players that show up on Saturdays, we actually have some people that stop by and show off Digimon cards on occasion. One guy brought in his binder of old Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and so he had like a limited edition Time Wizard. I think I mentioned at one point he had the corrected Dark Paladin card.
I've been,
And so, yeah.
I've actually been really wanting one of those.
Dude, yeah, no, it was pretty hype. I was like, brother, this is a very expensive card.
I heard a guy when I was walking in who was talking about something with Yu-Gi-Oh, right? Like
Yeah.
something about a Blue Eyes or.
Yep. He had pulled one of the Blue Eyes out of the 25th anniversary Legacy
okay.
collection boxes.
I haven't gotten anything signed by Eric Stewart or Dan Green.
Oh, yeah?
Which is strange, actually.
They attend a lot of like
They
regional
attend a
events and
lot of stuff. I just haven't been to something they've attended, except I've met them both at a Yu-Gi-Oh! Worlds.
Nice.
but I didn't have a card.
Didn't have it ready to go. No.
I didn't have anything like on hand. Poor cards are having their pictures taken like they're going to jail or something.
Yeah, they gotta get their mug shots. Gonna round all these guys up, put them in a tamper-sealed bag, so this way nobody can mess with them.
Oh, okay. It feels so official.
No, exactly right. Yeah. It's supposed to feel good. It's supposed to feel safe. It's supposed to enable you guys to have the confidence to know that nothing bad is going to happen to any of your stuff. Getting emails to the email that we confirmed on that pro account for you, right? They'll basically say when they're sent out with tracking information via FedEx, right? When they arrives at PSA, once the process has been done and they're sending them back to us, right? And then
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
100%. I appreciate it.
I really appreciate it.
No, absolutely.
So I actually just ran into somebody who's also a Yu-Gi-Oh fan here at GameStop. Do you play Yu-Gi-Oh? Just collect it, watch it?
Do both. Well, all of it actually. I watched it as a kid growing up, and I still love it to this day. Me and my guys, we kind of sometimes get together and do duels sometimes together, just like some activity to like keep the fun that we used to have as a kid.
You got a favorite card or a favorite deck?
Favorite card will be the Red Eyes Black Dragon. I love the Red Eyes Black Dragon. I love the architect of it.
Good taste, good taste.
I just love the design of it. I always loved it. My favorite version of the Red Eyes would probably be Red Eyes Black Darkness Dragon. That was probably my favorite card for sure. So I loved it when they brought that. They gave him a little extra in GX. That was pretty cool.
Awesome. Well, it's cool to meet you. I just wanted to, since you said you like Yu-Gi-Oh,
sure.
I might as well just include it.
Sure, I love seeing Yu-Gi-Oh. I know Pokemon's pretty dominant in the world right now, but it's still Yu-Gi-Oh guys.
Yu-Gi-Oh's cool. It's like it just feels more fun.
It definitely, it's easy floor to me. No shade to Pokemon.
Yeah.
I love Yu-Gi-Oh, and I still think it's the best card game out there. Sorry.
All right, so I just got back, and that was pretty much my GameStop PSA submission experience. So it was fun. I mean, like, it's kind of expensive, so I definitely would say don't do it for like just any old card. But if it's something that you've wanted to try out, it is cheaper to do it with GameStop. And I guess I will check back in a month or two when my cards have been graded and I can maybe share what my grades are, and that'd be fun. It was also really cool getting to meet, first of all, an APS fan, always awesome, but also somebody else who had done the grading process and seems like she regularly does it. So hopefully that maybe was more insightful, made me feel a little bit better about doing it. So yeah, cool. Well, that's pretty much it for the video. Thumbs up. Let me know in the comments what you think my cards will get, or let me know in the comments if you have considered grading yourself, what you think of it. You think it's a scam? I don't know. Cool. All right. See ya.